Hello, beautiful people. Welcome back to our YouTube channel, and thank you so much for joining today. If you are new here, please do not forget to subscribe. Without time wasting, let's just go straight into the video. Today's video, I want to take you to the website of the University of Applied Science exam. All right, there is a website I got for you guys, and this website is the University of Applied Sciences info.fi. all right, so this particular website has programs, or let's say has past questions for you to study in this to study and prepare for the exams. All right, because the exams is starting on the 8th of February, and the second phase is only going to be determined if you actually pass this first phase. All right, so what do you have to do? Someone asked me to do this, so a follower, like I said, if you are on this page, you have to pass these exams whether you like it or not. All right, so let's go. I will take you to the first phase of the exam. All right, and the exam consists of 6 sections. We have the reasoning section. All right, this is the reasoning section. You have some sample questions to familiarize yourselves with, and there are equally answers you have to check to see if actually these answers are correct. But I would suggest that you try to answer these exams, or you try to answer these questions before you try to check the answers. All right, now if you take the second part, is the English language skills. This exams is not going to be difficult, guys, so do not worry yourself that much. Then we have the mathematical skills, and after the mathematical skills we have advanced mathematical skills. All right, then we equally have the ethical skills. You can see this here. This is the ethical skills, and of course emotional intelligence skills, which is another section, and the Finnish language skills for those who are going to be studying in Finnish language, I think nursing students, and there is also the Swedish language skills. This is not really our main issue here, but we have to focus on emotional intelligence, ethical skills, advanced mathematical skills. For those who are studying engineering, you have to pay attention to these sections. This may contain a little bit of calculus and mathematics skills, English language skills, reasoning skills for everybody. So now the first part we are going to start with is I will start with the familiarize yourself with reasoning skills examples in the exam. Now let me open and let's see what it is here. Yes, this is the first question, example 1. They say 5 schoolmates, Ben, Kelvin, Frank, Maya, Alina, competed who was the quickest. All right, that's they actually competed for something. Who was the quickest to build a cat house? They all started the competition at the same time. Okay, Ben was ready before Alina. All right, this is the reasoning section. Ben was ready before Alina. Automatically Ben comes before Alina, but later than Maya, which means that Maya came before Ben, because Ben was before Alina but later than Maya, which means that Ben came after Maya. All right, then Kelvin was ready before Frank, but only after Alina. Now if you look at it very well, you will see that they are saying that Ben was ready before Alina, so you have to put Ben first before Alina, but later than Maya, so which means Maya goes before Ben. All right, that is the correct order. Then Kelvin was ready before Frank, so Kelvin was ready before Frank but only after Alina, so Kelvin has to come after Alina and Frank at the end. So if you check these selections, this answer sheet here, you are going to see that it is the first answer up here, which is Maya, Ben, Alina, Kelvin, and Frank. All right, this is it up here. I hope you can see, because it is well stated. This is just a simple reasoning something. This doesn't really need a lot of intelligence. All right, now question number 2. We are still at question number 2. Let's look at it. And they said Elias woke up in the middle of the night, and due to power cut, it was very dark in his apartment. Elias' pencils were in one large box, and he remembered that there were 11 blue pencils, 14 black pencils, and 8 gray pencils in the box. Altogether, these are the pencils in the box. Now, as Elias didn't see the color of the pencils, he picked as many pencils from the box so that he would have at least 2 black pencils. He doesn't see anything. There is no power, so he cannot see, but he need two black pencils. So how many pencils did Elijah pick in order to know which to in order to have two black pencils? This is the question. What was the minimum amount of pencils Elias needed to pick to ensure he would get at least two black pencils? Remember, in that box there are 14 black pencils and there are 11 blue pencils, there are 8 gray pencils. Now, for Elias to have two black pencils, it means that he has to just pick anything randomly because he cannot see. So, looking at it, reasoning somehow, you would see that he has to pick 11 blue pencils and of course 8 gray pencils. That makes a total of 19 pencils now. But for him to have two black pencils in this group of pencils, he needs to add two extra black pencils. So he needs to pick a total of 21 pencils to make sure that within the 8 gray, 11 blue, he would have two black pencils inside. So Elias picked a total of 21 pencils. This is the third option on the list here. All right, you can see 21 pencil. So guys, we are going to be going to the second section, which is the English language section. All right, the English language skills. This is it. This is the second section we are going to be going to. We would look at now and the International UAS exam example questions for English language skills. And it says that read the text and then answer the questions 1 and 2 concerning the bolded expression as instructed. Each question includes just one correct alternative. Full stop. Excluded text is indicated as a set of square brackets with 3 dots placed between them. Now, this is the question here. All right. Remember, as soon as you start reading, the minutes up here, they keep moving. All right. They keep moving. So when you finish, you submit before you go to the next. Now, let's read the question. This is the question. The question says, if focus become true, more and more service and other robots would enter our daily lives as assistants and companions. Full stop. Present-day service robots still show limited intelligence and interactions abilities. Now, higher level cognitive and social skills can be simulated, and results can be gained from HRI, which is human robot interaction studies, that can then further direct and develop of controllers that might implement these functions. Take note of these bolded words here: focus and implement. Have you seen them? Okay, now example question 1. Which of the following alternative is closest to the term forecast or focus with S in the text? This is focus up here. Can you see it? This is it up here. So which of the terms is closest to them? First of all, before we look at the terms, remember, focus, for those who did geography, they understand. Geographers do. Those who did weather and climate, they already know what focus is. But for those who didn't, focus means you look at something and you predict, or you look at something and you say, this thing is going to happen. You understand? You look at something and you know what is going to happen in few minutes, or maybe in few hours, or in the next coming days. So they are asking us which of these terms that we see here is closest in meaning, or is the next alternative. In terms, we can term it antonyms and synonyms, right? There is something in English like that. So if you look at that, you are going to see that there are words there: exposure, circumstances, act, prediction. So we don't need to go far. The answer is prediction. You predict the future. You predict the weather. You predict what is going to happen. This is the answer for question 1, prediction. It's the same as forecast. All right. Now, we go to question 2. Question 2 says, example question 2. Which of the following alternative does not mean the same as the term implement in the text? the term implement. Implement means that bring it into effect, make it happen. All right. Now let's look at the terms. Ignore. They said we are looking for the term that does not. All right. Does not. That is the key word here. Does not mean the same. Implement. Ignore. Apply. Execute. Carry out. No. Carry out means you want to implement the thing. Execute means you want to implement the thing. You want the thing to happen. Apply means you want the thing to happen. Ignore means you are leaving out, which means you are not implementing it. Therefore, our answer is ignore. All right, this is our answer here. Ignore. So, our answer is ignore. Question 3. Pick the best alternative for the gap from the drop down menu. All right, there should be the drop down menu. In order to achieve a high quality in healthcare across the UK, a significant number of challenges must be dashed, including those listed below. A significant number of challenges must be dashed. Let's see. Is it opening? Okay. Probably that question should be on question 3. Okay. A significant number of challenges must be overcome, overdrawn, overplayed, overturned. Okay. We have seen them now. In order to overcome, all right, to achieve high quality in the healthcare across the UK, a significant number of challenges must be overcome, overdrawn, overplayed, overturned. We must overcome the challenges in order to gain traction. So the answer here should be overcome means that you look at what is not working, you bring in new things into effect. All right. I hope so, but this is the answer according to me. So that is our last section for the English. Let's look at the next point now, or let's look at the answers. Let me see what the answers is, if we actually got the answer correctly. These are the answers. Let me see. Ignored. Where is the last answer? It is not there. Well, they didn't put there, but I believe that should be the answer. Okay, now let's go to the mathematical skills and see what is happening. So the next part of the exams, we would look at the mathematical skills, and they say read the questions carefully and select the answer that you think is correct. There is only one correct answer in each question. Now, this is the question here, and it says that the number inside the triangle is determined based on the number at its vertices. What number should be inside the triangle, the fourth triangle? Now, if you ask me, I would say that I'm not very good with mathematics, and I will not be able. This has to do with the vectors or something. So please get someone that would be able to look at this for you. All right, that will be able to respond to this for you. Then because I may not be the best. And of course, the said question 2 says Leon is 6 years older than his sister Anna. The age of their mother is four times the age of Anna. Leon is 6 times older than Anna, and the age of their mother is 4 times the age of Anna. Okay. If the age of Leon is donated by X, okay, how should we donate the age of their mother? The age of their mother has to do with something. 6 times, one of them is 6 times older than the rest, and the other one, mother 4 times, 4 times, 6 times, and the denotation by another age is X. Okay, around here. How should we donate the age of their mother? Well, I don't know how it may sound, but looking at it and reasoning somehow, this should be the donation. All right, you have to bring X, you have to bring the fourth year, someone older than the other, And of course, 6. Guys, get someone who can interpret mathematics very well. Let them help you. Remember, when you finish, you have to submit here. All right, you have to submit and you go to the next section. Please don't forget that. It is very, very, very important. All right, now let's take a look at the next section. After the mathematics questions cues, we have to go to advanced mathematics. Let's take a look at the advanced mathematics and see how it is. Advanced mathematics says energy used in a 100-kilometer car trip is 15 kilowatts per hour. Assuming that the energy content of the fuel is 10 kilowatts per hour per liter, and the efficiency of the engine is 33%. All right, how many liters of fuel are needed for a 100 kilometers car trip? Choose the best alternative possible. Best alternative possible. Well, like I said, please get someone that would be able, because this has to do with percentages, and of course I think you have to do some conversions here. Please get someone to do the conversion for you. All right, kilowatts per hour per liter. Now we have to bring it down to liters. Probably we are taking 33%, that is 33 on 100, and trying to juxtapolate in terms of 100 kilometers. But get someone, guys, so they can better explain to you. All right, then in radioactivity, half-life refers to the interval of time required for 1/2 of an atomic nuclei of a radioactive sample to decay. Excellent. If the half-life is 1000 years, which of the following alternative is best approximation of the time when 7/8 of nuclei have decayed and 1/8 are remaining? Well, I did this sometime. I don't remember which class was that, but please get someone to interpret again. I will need to read some books before I get this to you. Don't forget to submit when you finish. All right, then we will take a look at the next section of the exam, which is the ethical skills. All right, and the ethical skills and the emotional section. I think these are the two last sections that we have to do. Remember, the emotional section just came in. All right, the emotional section just came in. It was not there. This one, emotional intelligence, it was not there before. But however, let's take a look at the ethical skills. Yes, they say read carefully and select the answer that you think is correct on the basis of the information given. There is only one correct answer. Which of the following statements include an ethical aspect? First of all, let me draw your attention to the fact that if you are trying to interpret ethical skills, make sure that the term you are using for ethics is trying to differentiate, is trying to interpret, all right, if it changes the face of the question or the answer, if it's the difference in differentiation is try to differentiate anything that does not look likely like what you just read. All right, it gives room for questions and interpretation. It gives room for questionable things or questionable objects. I hope you understand. That is how ethics works. All right, if you read more about ethics, you would see the meaning. Okay, which one of the following statement includes an ethical aspect? 1. Jack goes to the local health center to attend a relaxation group meant for mental health patients. 2. Jack wishes that the relaxation exercise help him cope better with his everyday life. Jack has suffered from mental health problems throughout his adult life, almost 20 years. Jack does not want to tell other group members what his diagnosis is. If you look at the first option, the second option, the third option, you will see that Jack is here, Jack is here, Jack is here. All right, let's leave that aside. Relaxation, mental health. Yes, relaxation is here for the second part. All right, and also mental health. So these three relates to each other. So this is not where our ethics aspect lies. Remember, like I said, ethics give room for questions. It gives room for different interpretation, differentiation. Therefore, our answer should be Jack does not want to tell other group members what his diagnosis is. This automatically cancels out this, all right, because it doesn't relate to mental health. So this is the answer here. Now, question number 2. The question says, read the story and answer the question. You work together with Joanna and a close collegial relationship develops between you two. In your working community, people tend to share also matters related to personal life. Joanna tells only to you that she's been tired and stressed for some months already because she had just divorced, and at the same time her youngest son had been diagnosed with a chronic illness, luckily not a very severe one. One day your other colleagues Pete tells you that Joanna has made a lot of mistakes in her work. Pete has discussed the matter with Joanna and asked her whether she has some worries at home. Joanna has just smiled at Pete and told him that everything is fine. Pete asks you what is wrong, and Joanna, maybe she has something to hide. You wouldn't like to lie to Pete, but also you wouldn't like to share Joanna's personal matter. Now, remember, you are still on ethics, and which one of the following statements include an ethical aspect? Remember, you are looking for something that gives rooms for questions, something that gives different interpretation or a face of this. You don't want to lie to Pete. That is the first question. You and Joanna are closer than Pete and Joanna. This is part of the question. And Joanna has been tired and stressed. Exactly, because she has just been divorced. At work, you work together with colleagues. It is part of this question. Now, this is what actually is not in our discussion. You don't want to lie to Pete. It actually contradicts this, all right, these three options. Because if you look here, Joanna inclusive, and at works, Joanna is also a colleague to Pete, which means that this is inclusive to these three. So the most favorable ethical reason why you don't want this to, let me say, the ethical aspect here is you don't want to lie to Pete. It doesn't really correlate with this reasoning, all right, with this passage. Now, this is the end of our video. There are other videos I would produce on questions and answers. I just want you to take this for now while you digest it. Please equally remember that I said the exams is not difficult. Even the part for the mathematical sections is just that I am not very good, but I think I could suggest an answer for the radioactive question, the question that deals with radioactivity. But at the end of the day, I will not know how to really explain it well, but it's good you meet someone who is very great in mathematics. Again, those of engineering background, check this link in the video description box and go through this again, all right, so that you know what you are doing. Please do not forget to like the video and subscribe to our channel. Till we meet again in another one.